Hello everyone, and welcome to another video on the channel. Back from my holiday, back to making videos, and I am back for another episode of the Watch Pile. So we've only got 4 titles to choose from this week, which isn't really a bad thing. I mean, it's less choice. But what's good is 50-50. There's 2 like sort of what I would consider horror films, which is good because I'm in like a horror watching kick at the moment, so for me that's quite good. And there's a western, a classic western, and a newer film as well. So a little bit of a mix this week, which is nice to see. But yeah, I think probably because obviously I've left it so long, and because I did say it'd be a while until I make this video, it's probably why not as many people have voted this week, but not a problem at all. I'll get straight on with it and show you what's been picked out for this week. So first up we have Giz's pick, and he has gone with Ride the High Country, starring Randolph Scott and Joel McCrea. And from what I hear, from what other people have said about it, it's sort of like a send-off to them because they were huge Western stars back in like the 30s, 40s and 50s. So this is a film sort of like a send-off to them. It's also a Sam Peckinpah film. I think this is towards the start of when they were branching out a bit more with westerns. They weren't like sort of the same sort of thing, cookie cutter westerns like they had been in the past. I said Sam Peckinpah's mixed. I wasn't a huge lover of the Wild Bunch. Straw Dogs I thought was just alright, but I really enjoyed The Getaway with Steve McQueen. And I've seen something else, but I can't remember what. So yeah, good western. I like a good western, and only an hour and a half as well. So yeah, that's the first pick. Second pick is from Tom, and he has gone for a film I believe he's picked before, not a problem, and that is The Hunger, which is Tony Scott's first film, and it stars I'm trying to find it. Where's it gone? On the back. There it is. It stars Catherine Deneuve, David Bowie, and Susan Sarandon. I think it's some sort of vampire type film, but that is all I know about it. I don't know anything else about it. So yeah, another one interesting, and I do really like Tony Scott. Next up we have Paul's pick, and Paul's also gone for like a sci-fi horror film. He's gone for Life, which I've heard pretty good things about. Jake Gyllenhaal, Rebecca Ferguson, Ryan Reynolds, who I've heard gets killed off pretty quickly in this film. But I've heard it's sort of like an Alien sort of rip-off, but well done. Now, if you know me, you know I'm not a massive fan of the original Alien. Don't hate it. Wouldn't even say I dislike it, just didn't like it as much as I'd hoped. Much prefer Aliens. But yeah, this isn't too long, an hour and 44 minutes. I'm imagining this is going to be quite fast-paced. Hiroyuki Sanada's in it as well. I do like him. Yeah, so interesting one as well. And the last film was picked by both Roy and Stuart. I think it's because it's one they've got in their collection, and neither of them have watched it yet, so they wanted me to be like a guinea pig test guy, if you will. Based on the true story of one of Britain's greatest explorers, we have The Lost City of Z, with Charlie Hunnam, Robert Pattinson, Sienna Miller, and Tom Holland. Directed by James Gray, who I do quite like James Gray. I think he's a pretty solid director. And from the producers of 12 Years a Slave and Moonlight, like an expedition type film in probably like, yeah, in the 20s, in the Amazon jungle. Yeah, could be an interesting one. This is the longest of all the films. This is an hour and 21 minutes. 2 hours and 21 minutes, sorry. Don't know why I said an hour there. But yeah, another one, but I had in the collection. This one and Life I've had in the collection for a while. The other two I actually picked up on the last Loons meetup. But yeah, another one could be pretty good, seeing if there's anyone else. Oh yeah, McDermott's in this as well. Franco Nero as well. Yeah, solid cast. So I'm going to take this out of the case to make it fair. And you know what, just to be 100% fair, because this case is slightly different to these three, I know it's a bit pedantic, I'm going to use this film for the hunger, just to be like 100% fair and honest for everyone that's picked something. And we're going to give it a good old shake up. Have a very good spin. Let's go for this one, whatever this one is. Okay, so it's Ride the High Country. So this was Giz's pick of the week. As I said, it's a Western. Sam Peckinpah, Randolph Scott, Joel McCrea. Yeah, Mariette Hartley, not familiar with her. Yeah, like I said, I don't know too much about it. It says it's a heart-lifting homage to the genre. Yeah, as I said, 94 minutes from 1962. Yeah, I shall give that one a go then. In all likelihood, most of these will get watched in sort of in fact, all of them I would imagine, because they're all horrors technically, will get watched in the next month or so, because all of my like ones in the watch pile that are horror related at all, I am absolutely determined to get watched by the end of October, and all the ones in the pile over there, everything like that, and rewatches horror. That is my primary focus until the end of October. Of course, there will be other films like this, for example, mixed in between, or when I do start buying stuff again, I'll probably start watching them before they just sit in a pile. But for now, it's primarily horror films, so this one, and probably Life as well, will get watched fairly soon. But yep, I shall be back once I've watched Ride to the High Country, and I will let you know my thoughts. I should be back in a bit. So I just got done watching Ride the High Country. Yeah, decent Western. As I said before, can't say I've seen anything with either Randolph Scott or Joel McCrea in before, and I thought both of them pretty solid, pretty good in this. Sam Peckinpah, another director, he's very hit or miss for me from what I've seen from him so far. But I'd say this one was more on the side of a hit. Wouldn't say it's mind-blowing, like seminal, outstanding Western or anything like that, but it was an entertaining film with a good story, kept it nice and tight, had it was an alright ending, I suppose, for what happened. It's basically follows both of their characters who are basically hired to go and to guard this basically big shipment of gold, and they've got, one of them has like a protege that comes along with them, and along the way they meet a young woman, played by Mariette Hartley, who is just about to be married against the wishes of her father, who's a reverend or priest or something like that, to this guy in this like sort of local town who's part of this family. He's got several brothers that aren't particularly nice, and she soon realizes that and wants out. Obviously, the, I suppose, bloke that's to be her husband, or ends up becoming her husband, isn't happy with this and goes after them, all whilst they're still trying to protect this gold. Yeah, so it was decent. I mean, this was Sam Peckinpah's, I did have a look, his second film. So for a second film, really solid. Nice premium collection edition here as well. I think this is one of the very last ones that they released. But yeah, you just get art cards, and I'm guessing, yeah, a poster as well. I'm not going to get it out though. But yeah, that's it really. I've not really got too much more thoughts on this one. Just a nice, tight 90-minute Western. Easy to watch. Yeah, not much more that can be said about this one. So yeah, that is this week's pick, which was Ride the High Country. Next up. We are on to shelf number 1 again. So I'm going to flip around now and show you what you've got to choose from for the next episode. So the top 2 are rewatches. It's been a long time since I've seen them. I'm just going down. I'll just as well check if there's any. I'll just basically just say if there's any that are excluded, I'll just point that out instead. Going for ages. I mean, I don't think they should be on this shelf. I mean, Malcolm X probably because of the length, I will say. Because I think that's going on 4 hours. And Uptown Girls because I would have to watch it downstairs and I wouldn't be able to during the week. Cleopatra as well because it's just too long. Other than that, I think it's all good. There's not as much this week, I wouldn't say, and a lot of the stuff I find on this shelf, because I've kind of thinned it out, moved stuff around. There's a lot of very generic stuff on that shelf, but I don't know, it could be something that I end up liking. By generic, I mean films that I've probably had for absolutely years, that are quite common titles that have just been sat on my shelf. So you've got like Maid of Honor, Letters to Juliet, Dear John, The Artist, Couples Retreat, Stealth. He's just not that into, just very pretty generic titles, but who knows, one of those could be ones that I end up liking. But there's some other good, what I think they could be good titles that I'll enjoy on there. But yeah, let me know what you're going to pick for the next episode, and I will pull that out next week. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Let me know your thoughts on Ride the High Country down below if you've seen it. Plans for videos I'll do quickly because this should go out tomorrow. I've not got anything recorded. Well, I have got stuff saved. I probably will continue with What's in the Box on Saturday. We've got 2 episodes left of that to go. And I've started doing like my collection sort of overview by genre. I've got another, I think, 1 that I've recorded. I think, yeah, just 1 I've recorded that I can edit and get uploaded. But I probably won't do that. Maybe next week that one will go up. But I've got other stuff that I might start recording videos for. Obviously the weekly watches will be back next Sunday as well. So Saturday, Sunday video, Monday live stream, and then I'll probably drop the other collection overview video at some point next week. And then I will have to start recording some new videos to go up. But yeah, that's it for this video. So if you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Turn your notification bell on so you know when I have a new video uploaded to the channel. Comment down below anything and everything. As you know, I always take the time to get back to anyone that leaves me a comment because I really do appreciate it. And that's it. So until next time, everyone, take care. Goodbye.